What's going on, the friends? My name is M2Gates, and welcome back to an episode of Super Mario Odyssey for the Nintendo Switch. We're all off up last time. We got the power moons of Lake Kingdom and Wooded Kingdom, and now in this part we are going to be getting the power moons of Cloud Kingdom. Because yes, believe it or not, there are power moons in Cloud Kingdom. There's not very many power moons that you can get here, so we're not gonna be here for very long. You can actually get these power moons, these two power moons, right as soon as you recover your Odyssey in the Lost Kingdom. Because as you remember, when we were here in the Cloud Kingdom, we were fighting Bowser, and then after defeating Bowser, Bowser destroyed our Odyssey and sent us to the Lost Kingdom, which meant that our Odyssey was broken. And if you fix your Odyssey in Lost Kingdom and return to Cloud Kingdom, then these power moons become available. Well, except for the one that I just got with Peach. That one obviously is available when you defeat Bowser. But this one you can definitely do as soon as you come back. So this would be your first picture match mini game with the Goomba. And let me tell you right now, doing this picture matching the Goomba is extremely easy. There's only 4 parts that you have to work with, and that's the easy part. And then the Goomba's face is just a lot more simpler than Mario's face when we did it back in Mushroom Kingdom. So yeah, just simply do your best here. You need 60 points to pass this, which shouldn't be hard. Especially since this is a Goomba here. So just put that eyeball right there. And then that is the wrong piece. Then we grab the mouth here. The mouth should be relatively easy because a Goomba is always not very happy. So we just put the sad face on the Goomba. It's an angry face, actually, not a sad face. Goombas aren't sad, I think. I don't know. Alright, let's see if I get 60 points. This looks good, right? 94! Okay, that's pretty good, actually. So yeah, it's a heck of a lot easier. So with that, there's our second power moon. And that's all the power moons that we can get in Cloud Kingdom. So now it's time to open up this kingdom's Moon Rock. And the Moon Rock is right over here. As you can see, there's a little bit more that you can do in Cloud Kingdom, but for the most part, there's really nothing here. So, yeah. So if you open up the Moon Rock, then that opens up 7 more moons, and that's pretty much it. And they're all located relatively in the same area, so there's really not a whole lot of editing that I needed to do when I was recording this. This actually took me like 10 minutes or so. It's not that bad. And Koopa Free Running Race is not in here either, so that's another thing that makes it short. Alright, so first things first, there's this path over here that has been opened up, and I failed to cross it because I don't know how to hit clouds, apparently. So this path will lead to a key, which will open up a power moon on the spots where we open up the Moon Rock. So just simply cross it carefully, just like that, and then we shall grab that power moon, crossing the Cloud Sea. This next one that I'm going to go for, if you go ahead and cross this path over here, there is this little rising platform. Go ahead and ground pound it, and then there will be a set of notes that we have to go ahead and pick up. You have to use Cappy in order to get these notes. You can't just jump for them and leap of faith, because that's not going to work out. I don't know who in the world is going to be crazy enough to do that, but it is definitely not recommended. Okay, next up, this power moon. You have to go ahead and cross this path over here carefully, and then that power moon is ours to earn. Then this one right here, you go ahead and ground pound that spot right there, and then another power moon opens up. That one is actually supposed to be your first power moon that you get right when you open up the Moon Rock, according to the list of power moons, like the order on the list, but who cares about the order anyway? Like, that doesn't matter as long as you get all the power moons. Then there's no rule about that, right? Alright, next up, as well, we have to do picture matching again. And this time we have to score 80 points. And the other hard thing about this is that the entire picture disappears, so we have to, based off of what we know. And again, I am speeding through it. I am speeding this up because it did take me a while, because I did use a visual guide to know exactly where to put these pieces, so that way I don't waste too much time. Either way, even without the guide, even without the visual, it's still relatively easy to use to try and think where to put the pieces together. What made the first time look pretty easy was because there's the little crease in the middle of the Goomba's face made it pretty easy. But since you don't have that little crease, it's it makes lining up the eyebrows and the eyeballs much harder. Yeah, as you can see there, it wasn't as it doesn't look as impressive as last time. It's a 1-point difference, but we still did it. We just, as long as we pass, then we do it. So yeah, I just grab those. So yeah, once again, I did use a visual just so I don't waste too much time. I know it's like cheating, but I prefer not to waste time because I can only record for so long I can only record these videos for so long before I run out of space to record. So I need to rather conserve my space than to actually try and get the right answer. This moon pipe appears now, and we are in a puzzle cube. Well, it's not really a puzzle cube because it's not really any puzzle. We just have to go through this cube and grab the moon shards that are in this cube, as well as there's a pipe over here. I used to think that you have to actually make a jump for that pipe, but there's actually hidden blocks that actually help you get that pipe. I mean, a guy like me would probably never figure that out, but you can get one of the power moons there, and then we come to this last part to grab our last moon shard, and then a power moon appears. So there we go. Okay, and that is the last power moon. So we are pretty much done with Cloud Kingdom. That is everything of Cloud Kingdom. There is so this is the first kingdom that we actually get every single power moon. We'll have to go back to other kingdoms once they're available, or once power moons are available in those kingdoms to clean them up. Because we are missing like at least 1 or 2 power moons for each kingdom, except for Cloud Kingdom, because that's all taken care of now. All right, so now we move on to Lost Kingdom. Now, Lost Kingdom is another relatively short kingdom. There's not really a lot of moons to get here, so we won't be here for that long. So right in the beginning, if you go ahead and look through the binoculars and look for a flying taxi car, I believe, then and stare at it, you can get yourself a power moon. And then we have the free running race for Lost Kingdom. And I guess the reason there wasn't really a free running race in Cloud Kingdom was because it's such a short area that there's really not much of a challenge. So I guess that makes sense. Okay, so for this one right here, this one's actually pretty easy. So go ahead and just follow this path right here. You want to go ahead and avoid all these enemies here as well. This shortcut right here is important if you want to get a good time on the free running race. So make sure you do that, as well as jumping around these walls right here. If you jumping around these walls is a fantastic shortcut. That way you don't have to use those bombs in order to blow up the rocks in order to get across. That's also important when we do the Master Cup later. And then we come up to this last part right here where we have to go ahead and wall jump, and there we go. 48-10. Not my best, especially in practice. That's definitely not my best, but still pretty good. And there we go. Okay, so now, the next thing that we can do here is there's this Bonneton right there on, near Swamp Hill. He wants to observe a Tropical Wiggler, so go ahead and bring a Tropical Wiggler to him, which is conveniently enough, near, the area, so that way you don't have to cause a pain in your butts to get that. To get a Tropical Wiggler, and he'll reward you a Power Moon because he wants to observe one for quote unquote research purposes. Okay, so that Power Moon that I just got there with the rabbit, that's one of the reasons that makes the order of the Power Moons in Lost Kingdom absolutely bizarre. When I mentioned that many episodes ago, for some reason that rabbit is not available until you leave Lost Kingdom and come back to it right away. I don't know why they program it. Yeah, I don't know why it's programmed like that, but that is actually Power Moon number 13, and so that made things absolutely bizarre. Nonetheless, Peach is at the very top of the mountain in Lost Kingdom, and near the shop. So go ahead and talk to her, and she'll give you a Power Moon. And then of course, since that's everything, we're gonna go ahead and open up this Kingdom's Moon Rock. Okay, so for this Power Moon right here that I'm getting, first things first, you're supposed to use Glidon, but I've never gotten it with Glidon before, and I imagine that doing it with Glidon sounds like a pain in the butt, so I just prefer to do it the easy way. So, yeah. Okay, so these notes right here, you have to use a Tropical Wiggler. You have to use a Tropical Wiggler to get these notes, otherwise you're probably gonna have a harder time. And that's how you get that moon right there. Okay, so what else? Oh, there's a few moon pipes available now. Oh yeah, this Power Moon. This Power Moon is very precise. You have to first ground pound those set of stairs, so that that bomb can blow up those rocks. And then what you want to do is you want to grab that, and you want to get that bomb. You want to line it at a very precise angle so that the bomb can actually hit those rocks. And it sounds hard, and it kind of is. But once you get it down, it shouldn't be. I got pretty lucky and got it first try. You also want to be careful though, because you can die if you fail enough times, and that sucks. Okay, so on the moon pipe that's near the top of the summit, once again we have Klepto, and Klepto's gonna go ahead and kidnap Cappy again. And this time getting Klepto is a little bit harder in this area, because well, you have to chase him all over this place. And then ground pound one those set of blocks, and so that when Klepto is actually standing on like the bottom part of those set of blocks, you can go ahead and ground pound the top, and then Klepto will just get hit. And that would be it for Klepto. Pretty tricky stuff, and it is kind of tricky stuff, but it wasn't that hard to figure out on my when I was practicing this. The timer challenge that you saw me do earlier is also kind of tricky to do, because it is located on the top of the tree, and supposedly you're supposed to use the leaves, but the leaves have really awful hitboxes that you can't really platform from leaf to leaf at least very easily in order to get that Power Moon. So climbing up to the Power Moon is really hard because you're going to be cutting it really close, and I got pretty lucky when I got it. So this moon pipe near the beginning of the kingdom, you have to utilizes a lot of stretching from the Tropical Wigglers, and those purple poison spouts actually do not last long, yeah, they're on the timer, so you can't dawdle around while trying to stretch from platform to platform. So you have to be, yeah, you have to be pretty quick. The side moon in that area is also really tricky. You have to try not to kill the piranha plant, which is pretty easy, which is really easy to do. So you have to try to maneuver around the piranha plant to break all those blocks, so that the piranha plant can light those torches. All right, so now we have the Master Cup, and again, as I mentioned before, this is not the hardest. This is definitely not a very hard free-running race, even in the Master Cup. As long as you know the fastest path, then you can just do it both times, and it wouldn't be hard at all. Once again, this shortcut's important. That Gold Koopa is going to take that shortcut, so you want to make sure you do it too. Gold Koopas the Gold Koopas will always take the fastest path in every free-running race. So you want to make sure you observe the Gold Koopa to know exactly what he's gonna do, and try and follow along with him if you want to know the fastest way to go about. So and then again, jump around the walls, and then yeah, jump around the walls so that you don't have to wait for the bombs to blow up the rocks. That takes way too much time, and I'm sure the Gold Koopa will catch up to you very quickly if you don't do that tech. So there we go. That is the Master Cup, and that is all the Power Moons of Lost Kingdom. So there we go. Now, actually, I'm gonna at the end of this video, I actually go back to Lake Kingdom, because I found out that you actually don't need a outfit from Moon Kingdom in order to actually get one of those Power Moons. So I go back to Lake Kingdom to use the outfit that I got from buying one of the outfits that you can get from simply yellow coins. This outfit that I'm wearing in particular, and there we go. So with that is all the Power Moons of Lake Kingdom. Yeah, I felt pretty dumb when I figured that out, but there we go. Nonetheless, so with that. In the next episode, I know this is a bit of a shorter episode than usual, but in the next episode we are going to be getting all the Power Moons of the Metro Kingdom. So, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys next time. Goodbye.